Hi, welcome to part 21 on the Lackawanna Cut-Off, the missing 21 miles. Hi, I'm Chuck Walsh, and I'm president of the North Jersey Rail Commuter Association. And we're here at Andover, New Jersey, and I'm going to be doing a bike ride from here in increments, not all at once, but in increments, all the way to the Delaware Water Gap at Slateford Junction. That's a total of 21 miles, maybe 21.3 somewhere in there, but just about 21 miles. Now when I say I'm going to do it in increments, we're not going to have one tremendously long video, because while I can probably at different times make pretty good speed, there are going to be times where I may even have to walk the bike because of the condition of the right-of-way. Right here it's not too bad. It's pretty clear of the ballast. But as we go along, we're going to find places where it's not too good. So that's a main reason for doing this in separate segments. So it would be 21A, B, C, all the way up to the letter F, which will be the final segment over in Pennsylvania on the Delaware River Viaduct. Now, a couple of things here to talk about. This would be the end of the New Jersey Transit Rail service. So why we refer to everything west of here, the 21 miles, to Slateford Junction, is that it'll be missing. In other words, there's at this point, although it is the subject of engineering planning, which is proceeding by the folks in Pennsylvania, there's no immediate plan to put back the 21 miles. As there is for the 7.5 miles east of here and over to Port Morris. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on my bike and we're going to be off and running, hopefully most of the time, although I expect that because of the condition of the right-of-way, there may be places where there's gullies, maybe lots of ballast, which may make it very difficult. Could be trees across the right-of-way, who knows? Maybe ATVers coming along, I have to sort of pull off to the side. Any of that stuff is quite possible. What I'll try to do, though, also is to point out points of interest, and we'll do this on the video on the screen, but also I can do that as well, and to try to give you an appreciation for each of the segments, the sections that we go through. It's kind of arbitrary in the sense of how we're going to do it, but maybe not. We'll be doing basically the A section will be to Greendale, which is about a little over 4.5 miles from here. The B segment will be from Greendale to Johnsonburg. C will be from Johnsonburg to Blairstown. D will be from Blairstown to the Paulinsko Viaduct. E will be from the Paulinsko Viaduct to the Delaware River Viaduct, and then F will be the short segment that'll be in Pennsylvania from the Delaware River Viaduct to Slateford Junction. So, let's see, anything else for me to mention? Well, as I go just west of here, I will be entering onto the Pequest Fill. That is, or was the largest railroad fill in the world, and it is primarily downgrade. In fact, the entire cutoff, which helps me, gravity will be mostly on my side. There is a very short segment which isn't necessarily defined on any map. It is mentioned in the specifications for the cutoff, but there's a section, and it's believed to be somewhere on either the Pequest Fill or just west of the Pequest Fill, between here and Greendale, where there's actually a westbound upgrade, which the entire cutoff is either flat or downgrade. Well, there is a short segment that is actually upgrade going westbound. I don't know if we'll find it, but we'll see. It may not be easy to discern that on a right-of-way like this, but maybe that's possible. So, well, I guess it's the moment of truth here. Well, I do want to get credit on my run keeper, so I'm going to turn that on. What I will do, though, is jump on my bike and I will head off, and then my videographer will hopefully meet me at Greendale, and we'll just do a close close out there of the segment, and then we'll get ready for the next segment, which will be starting up at that point as well. So this is a unique adventure for me. I have my GoPro going, and so you'll be able to see more or less what I see. And so I bid you a fond adieu, and let's head west on the Lackawanna Cut-Off. Sounds like I have to pull over. Sorry? Are
you the head of the New Jersey Railroad?
Yes, I am, as a matter of fact.
Hey, I watch all your videos.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Dude, that's awesome.
Well, I'm doing another video, as a matter of fact, right here. Likewise.
I saw you went up to 172 out of Morristown.
Really? Okay.
You flew the 172 out of Morristown?
The 172?
Yeah, the airplane.
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, with Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to work for Certified Flyers out of Morristown. Took care of all their aircraft.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we flew out of Fairfield, but out of Caldwell.
Yeah. But that's awesome.
So.
I heard they passed a budget or whatever for engineering.
Yes, they got an additional $400,000. That's right. Yes.
Nice. Yeah, I follow all.
Well, I'm glad to hear. Are you on our Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay. What's your name?
Jason.
Jason. Okay. Glad to meet you, Jason.
It looks like you're gonna start bringing it back, huh?
It's going to take some time.
There's a lot of stuff before they can do that.
Yeah, well, Andover will be a big enough challenge as it is, and then this section here is going to be, we'll see. It's going to take some time.
Get up by Andover, I mean, it's really, really tight up there. It's going to take a lot of work to cut all that back.
Well, you'd be surprised how fast they can do that.
You don't think that the residents up there are going to fight it?
Where?
Like Andover area, because the tracks go through like a lot of their backyards almost.
I think that fight is over with, but it's I think west of here, we'll see. It's difficult to say.
Even that tunnel's going to require, I was watching
That-
your video on it.
That'll take a lot of work. Yeah, that's going to take a couple years. So, yeah.
Dude, I met the guy, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, he knows you too.
What's your name?
I'm Rob.
Hi, Rob. Yeah, does this get any better? Because this is pretty bad for a bicycle.
It doesn't get any better.
Okay, well,
I saw you ride it once on a quad in one of your videos.
I've never been on a quad. Must have been someone else. It's a thought, though.
You should do it. You should get a machine.
Yeah, well, I don't plan to do so many videos that I would really need a machine just for that. It's more like I'd have to, I don't know, find somebody who would be willing to take me as a passenger.
I saw you drive it in one of your videos, didn't you?
We did drive, yeah. We did have a car on the.
You started down there. You started down there by where that train's parked on the side, that abandoned train.
Yeah, we went as far as like Wolf Lake,
Yeah.
and we had to turn around. So.
I heard it bottom out a couple
Well, it's just you know, you got like branches and stuff. It's
Yeah. What were you in? Subaru?
super, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Well, that was awesome. I was always hoping to run into you.
well, you have.
All right.
All right, so off we go. I guess we're all heading the same direction, right?
Yeah, we're going to Johnsonburg.
Oh, you're going to Johnsonburg? Okay. Well, I'm seeing if I can make it to Greendale, and then after that, I'll see.
We're looking for the new video.
Give me a week or so if this turns out. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't done it on a bicycle before, so I don't want to make people nauseous watching it, but we'll see.
But very, very educational. I like that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
Yep. Have a good one.
You too. I'll follow you guys. Okay, here we go onto the Pequest Fill. It's Route 206. Sussex branch. Tranquility Road. Thank you, gentlemen. Road, Lehigh Hudson River.
here's Airport Road. Old schoolhouse. Definitely don't want to go off the edge here. Caught. Let's see if it'll break loose. Unfortunately, it's not going to. Okay. Let's check where we are. Ooh. Well, three miles. So we got about a mile and a half to go. So we're 2/3 of the way. And we should be almost to the end of the Pequest Fill. Pequest Road, and just about at the end of the Pequest Fill. Signals for Greendale sighting. Interlocking. Here's the end of the Pequest Fill here, just coming to the end of it. You can see. Then we'll actually go into a cut. It's about 0.5% here. And then we go to level railroad. This is all straight track, tangent track. Back in the day, when there were tracks here. This was also considered a racetrack for trains. Racetrack for trains, not bicyclists. Part of me thinks it would be easier to ride on the ties than this. Maybe not. Not a very deep cut. Got up to 10 miles an hour. Hooray! I want to fill now. We're getting there. Still on fill. Okay. Hey. Interlocking tower, close sometime in the 1930s. There are varying accounts as to when that occurred. 34, 35, 36, somewhere in there. Do a quick turnaround here. Okay, so next stop to the station. Larissa's probably wondering what happened to me. You can see what's going on here. This is like doubling the distance. I don't really feel safe bicycling on this at this point. What's going to happen here is we're going to come upon a concrete barrier, and I'm going to leave the bicycle over here. There it is. And I'm not gonna bring the bicycle to the station, but I will bring the camera to the station. Here we go. Stop here for a second. Here's Larissa. Oh, I have to be on the track side of the station, I guess, right? How long did it take me? Wow. Right. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. And here we get to Greendale. There's 3 tracks here, plus the siding. Actually, a couple sidings over by the tower, and that was controlled by the tower for as long as the tower was in operation. Part of a restoration project here. We'll cover Greendale in its own episode. And here we go, we reach Wolf's Corner Road, which one time was an overhead bridge. And here we go, we're here. So we made it to Greendale, originally known as Greensville. The plan, as late as 1910 or 11, was to put this on a fill here so that the overhead bridge that ended up being built wasn't necessary. It would have been an underpass. Because the engineers, when I say the engineers, the people who do the planning for what the infrastructure looks like in the railroad, they knew that the approaches, especially on this side, I'll call it the Greendale side of Wolf's Corner Road, was going to be way too steep. And while it remained in service for over 80 years, once the line was abandoned, then what happened was the county planners took over, and they had the bridge taken down and replaced by a road. Okay, made it here. Almost 5 miles from Andover to Greendale. Pretty much exhausted, quite frankly. The right-of-way is better for probably ATVers than it is for bicyclists, a lot better. I was joking along the way whether I would prefer to be bumping along the ties than on the part which didn't have ties. That was debatable at times, which was really better. So that's the end of part 21A, Andover to Greendale. Certainly hope you look forward to part 21B, where we go from here to Johnsonburg, which will be our next stop. So that'll be 21B, part 21B on the Lackawanna Cut-Off.